Here we are at week 30 in Germany. I cannot even believe so many weeks have already passed. I just hit my 7-month mark 2 days ago. That is really crazy to think that I have already been away from my home country for that long. Wow, that's really ridiculous. And I just want to tell you guys something real quick. As time allows me, I will be putting up English subtitles for the German that is spoken within my videos. I know a lot of you guys can speak German, but then some of you can't. So I thought, why not? I'll throw it in there, and sometimes it's kind of funny anyways. So let's jump straight into the week. On Tuesday, as you guys had heard last week, I thought I would be filming all day, and it turns out I showed up early and there was a miscommunication, and I didn't end up going that day, and I had the day off, and so yeah, I mean, it was kind of a whatever, but I was pretty relieved not to be out for 14 hours in the freezing cold, like 2 hours away. Was kind of glad about that. And on Wednesday was the day that I was anticipating quite a lot. I got to go to the bird rescue center, the Vogelstation, and I have to say, as a summation, I love that place there. It is so amazing. And I honestly wasn't sure about birds going in because I didn't really like them before that much. And I think I sort of have like a soft spot for pretty much all animals because, you know, instantly I interact with them, actually interact, and I'm like, oh my god, now I love birds. So it was really great there. Hoping to throw up some pictures for you guys. I did anything from help this little crow with foot therapy because he had got into an accident and his nerves were damaged, and so I helped him a bit with that. There's not a picture of that, but there is video, so that's even better. I held a screech owl, one it kind of looked like the one from Harry Potter, on my arm and walked around with him a bit. And birds, yeah, they're pretty neat creatures, I gotta say. I really liked it. I helped a lot out with the cleaning. I fed some of them, and a little end video for my time at the Vogelstation is there's a little, well, probably a good minute clip of the eagle being fed, and the eagle is big, very big. So that was really neat to see that. And at first, a funny story, real quick. When the eagle went to fly at the girl that had her glove on, Marie, he didn't really fly at her. The bird rather flew at me, and it scared me to death because its talons are like this long and probably could have really hurt me. But luckily, flew around, landed on the ground, and then went to her. So I was pretty relieved, but my heart was like pounding. It was a little scary. And so we're going to jump to Friday. Hope you guys are going to like that. Going to jump to Friday. Trez cooked for us, and it ended up being a totally meat-free food. It was like this soft crusted bread type thing filled with this filling, I guess, of a bunch of stuff. There was a bunch of stuff in there. You guys can see a picture of it. It was pretty delicious. Even for tofu, I actually didn't know it was tofu until about halfway through, and I was like, really? So yeah, I guess it's not that bad. Not always, most of the time though. Still, don't eat tofu. It's ridiculous. I'm kidding. And then on Saturday morning we had pancakes. Had the most perfect pancakes ever. They were exactly like home. You couldn't have even, IHOP couldn't have made them better. That's how good they were. That's how good they were. And so that was pretty awesome. And Kirstine had her sister over, Annette and Anton. So they were over there visiting us, and they had dinner with us and breakfast. A little clip towards the end, I'm actually going to put in Anton explaining a story about the fireworks that he saw. I subtitled it all out, or at least everything that I could understand, because kids in German and kids in English, they're just hard in general to understand. That was pretty funny. So that's how I'm going to end up this week's video. Oh, I forgot to mention that on Saturday night that I didn't really get to film much because I just forgot. Trez and Jan and I drank a little bit together, and then we went to a rave later that night. Of course, you guys know back at Cologne, went to 2 of them in the forest, both in the forest, actually the same party, different times. was really cool, and this rave was no exception. It was on a floor of a building, and I would say there's about 50 people there. I wish we would have stayed longer. There was a lot of good company, a lot of good people to talk to. Of course, they were really interested that we were Americans. Jan was Finnish. It took, we probably spent 2 hours getting home because the trains weren't running, we missed the bus, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's not that bad. We lived through it, but we had a great time overall. You guys know how we do this. Let's see what we did for the week.
Allons-y!
Here I was starting out my week at the Vogelstation, the bird rescue care center type thing, and there was a swan in the background, and sadly its leg is broken. But I have to say, from what I've seen of that swan, it's not a very nice creature. It kind of hissed at us like a cat, but, you know, whatever. And there is a crow. That is probably my favorite bird of all time there. Probably because I spent the most time with him, and he let me pet him and everything, and only actually bit me twice. So I can't say I'm too upset about that. I lived through it and it didn't hurt that bad. But I was actually giving him a little foot therapy here because he had nerve damage. It'll be really neat to see him again.
Ihr bitte eure beiden Vögel euch nicht zu sehr ins Gehege kommen. Weil wenn einer losfliegt, kann es sein, dass er den anderen...
Anna, the guy right there, and myself were taking these two birds for a walk around the compound that the building is within. I had this little screech owl here. He was super adorable and didn't bite me at all, which I was very happy about, I gotta say. And so got a little footage of that, and he had the hawk. And here is the Vogelstation. It's not that big, but it's pretty awesome stuff. Damn.
So 3,5 Kilo.
Wie viel? 3 Kilo?
Du guckst mir zu nah.
After I stopped recording, the eagle actually flew back over there. Aquila is its name. And then it ended up flying, and I got a little bit as it was landing. Pretty neat, though.
Frisst! Naja. Na komm.
And here I was at work on Friday. Well, not at my work, but we were going to do an interview with a man from a company of which I really don't know. I can't really disclose the details of it, but we did not end up doing the interview, which kind of sucked because we drove about half an hour out there. But as you can see right here, I got to hang out a little bit at MDR, which is Mitteldeutscher Rundfunk. I've told you guys a little bit about it. They're a pretty large news station. And on the left you can see one of our cameramen, Roman, and on the right we call him Lauxi. He is our audio guy. Very cool guy. And over on the right, as you saw just a little bit there, that is Rene. He is our other cameraman. And I was walking through a lawn park near my work, and I don't know if you guys can tell or see it, but those kids were actually playing baseball, which got me really excited. Oh my god, the light.
Vielleicht kannst du die Kanne dann vielleicht auch oben auf den Schrank stellen.
Ja.
Stört mich jetzt hier. Kein Platz.
Warum?
Das stört mich jetzt. Okay. Okay, gab's dann.
Warum nicht? Festhalten. Prost.
Prost.
Das ist schon alles.
Oh.
Ja. Ich habe
Tschüss.
diese Woche einen Schon.
Ja. Ebensen, ja.
That's okay.
Jetzt nochmal.
Oh, you missed it.
They were jokingly saying that all we did on my videos was eat, and that's not entirely true, but you guys do see a lot of food. Trez remade his pancakes, and God did they turn out correct this time. They were absolutely perfect, and had the syrup and the butter and the everything. Oh my God, it was such a good breakfast. Here I was actually on Saturday. I had to go to work. Well, I was actually at the Dresden versus Russian team women's professional volleyball game, and as you can see right there, that is one of the satellite vans. That is the satellite van over there, but it is where live TV is being made, and I got to be a part of that. It was really cool. Here is a bit of the satellite van. I was allowed to film, although I was a little timid too because I didn't really know these people, but I did make a pretty cool friend out of sitting in there for a while. And here we were on our way to a rave, of which I have no footage of, sadly, but gotta say it was a cool rave. You guys probably heard a little bit about it earlier. And yeah, I can just tell you guys, it was pretty epic. And there's Anton. He's gonna tell you a little story to finish out the video.
Oh, die Rakete.
Rein und Blitz kam solches nur gelbes Feuer raus. Da haben die gleich Flaschen aufgestellt. Das war eine echte Flasche, haben die Raketen reingestellt und ab sind die geflogen.
Wo hast du das gesehen?
And so I'll see you guys next week.